Hi, I'm Kirsty Meakin from Nao Nails. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do some simple 3D flowers using white acrylic. But the nail that we're going to use is going to be black. And the reason I'm going to do this is because it gives you a gorgeous faded effect with your 3D work. For this design, I'm going to do some 3D. The reason I'm using a black nail is because I'm using white powder, and I want you to see how the black nail adds shading to the 3D work that I'm going to do. So I'm going to use high speed acrylic liquid because I want it to set quite quick. If you're a bit slower at doing this, you can always use the max adhesion or medium speed. And they're going to be quite little dainty flowers, these are. Small bead. Just let that start to polymerise. It needs to polymerise before you can start to press it out. Then you're going to use your 3D brush and press through to create your petal. And then what I want you to notice is as the product gets thinner in the centre, it adds shading to that petal, which makes it look more realistic. So I'm going to do the same again. You've got to let it start to polymerise, else you won't be able to press into it. So you can see that adds that shading to it. So anything with a dark colour for the base of the nail, that sort of base colour, will give you that shading. So you don't have to go to the efforts to double dip your acrylic powder. Some people would dip into white and then dip into a black, and then that would create the shading by using those two different coloured acrylics. But this way it's a lot easier, but it also gives that nice shaded effect. And add a tiny bead into the centre. I'm going to use the dotting tool to press into the centre of that little bead to open it up. So now I'm going to do another one here. Now I need to monitor that I am going to now press this bead and it's going to travel across here. So I need to make sure I've got enough room for that bead to press out. So you can see it's getting closer and closer to the other flower that I've already done. So you're planning all the time where you are positioning each bead when you pop it on. So you're planning where those petals are going. Same again, let it polymerise. I pushed it back a bit because I know it's going to travel to here anyway when I start to press it. So it was a little bit too far out. I'm pressing it and you can see that it's gone out far enough now. So I'm always placing the bead quite close to the centre because I know I'm going to press it out and the border of the petal is going to move. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a petal here and a petal here. So we want to sort of fill the nail with the petals. I'm just going to put a tiny one here. Just feel like it needs something there to make that composition nice and let it flow nicely. So we completely covered that nail now. If you look at that, you can see all the different shades from the petals. They're really simple petals. It's a really simple design, but it looks really effective.